point, we've spent a lot of time talking about what the colonists did in Jamestown. We talked about where they came from, why they came, and what they're doing now that they're here. Moving forward, we're going to start looking at Chief Powhatan and John Smith and talking about how they are very similar. Okay? Our objective throughout the lesson and the unit has been to describe Jamestown and analyze how its settlement impacted Native American societies. We've already learned several things about this. Take a second now to talk at your table about one thing you've learned about how the Jamestown settlement influenced Native American societies. Five, four, three, two, one. We're moving forward are going to look at the different perspectives now. So we know that the colonists had both positive and negative effects on Native American societies, and I heard you saying a lot of different examples of that. Specifically, we want to address the statement that I gave you when we did our QFT. Okay, so again, we're analyzing multiple accounts of the colonization of Jamestown in order to see how each person's perspective affects the way that they experienced that colonization. Okay, so in our QFT yesterday, I gave you the statement of Chief Powhatan and John Smith had similar motives. Together, we brainstormed a list of questions that we could address or research in order to prove this statement to be true. Okay? Today, we are going to look at a primary source written by John Smith himself to see what some of his perspectives were on the settlement of Jamestown and to see if we can use that primary source to answer a few of these questions that we had. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. To get us started, I want us to do a wagon wheel. Okay, if you remember, a wagon wheel is just where we all come to the carpet and we have our partner who we face and we discuss with. Okay, the wagon wheel is going to be about primary sources. It's been a little bit since we've done anything with primary sources, so we're just going to review that for a minute and get ourselves thinking about primary sources and what we can learn from them. I would like for you to get with your guinea pig partner. I would like for one of you to stay on the inside of the circle and one of you to go to the outside. If your guinea pig partner is not here, please stand over by the chair. Does everyone have a partner? Okay, you two can be together. Perfect. Okay. After I ask the question, I'm going to give you about 10 seconds of think time. Okay, so I'll ask you a question, 10 seconds of think time, and then you're going to talk with your partner. Everyone ready? All right, first question. What is a primary source? 10 seconds think time. People on the inside of the carpet, tell your partner on the outside of the carpet your answer.
It's a primary source a document that has been written sometime that was done originally thereof, and it's actually like been throughout time, and it's been written
So yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Partners on the outside. If you have anything to add or to agree or disagree with your partner's answer, do that now.
That was experiencing it with their own childhood.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time I'm going to leave it up to you to have a conversation with your partner. It doesn't matter who speaks first or who responds to whom. That's your choice. What I am going to do, though, is give you a different partner. So if you are on the inside of the carpet, raise your hand now. You are going to take one step to your right. So you're switching one student to the right. Go ahead and move now, please. What can we learn from a primary source?
You can learn different things from that time period and how they actually lived and how they worked and how their society was and something about how they what their job was and their food and how they grew their
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you know, boys and girls, we always wonder why we do things, right? There are several very strong advantages to reading primary sources. There are some pros to it. I want you to talk with your partner now. Actually, yes, talk with your partner now about what advantages are there to reading primary sources. We are not switching, so you can go ahead and discuss now.
It's all true and everything you know is like exactly and you know that it's not fake and you can probably find out because some of the songs that your parents probably have.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone back to your seats, please. Okay, again, today we're going to read John Smith's description of the Powhatans. You received this yesterday. I had you scan through it to identify any words that you are unfamiliar with. We had a discussion about some of those words. Today, you are going to dive into actually reading it and analyzing it. On our Google Classroom, I posted an assignment for you that's called Analyze Primary Sources. This document should look very familiar to you because it's something that we've done before. Okay? You are going to use this document and your computer to analyze this primary source. Okay? Some of you will be doing it independently, some of you will be doing it with me. There's a variety of different ways that this is going to happen today. Does anyone have a question about the Analyzing Primary Source document? Okay. Also on our Google Classroom, I posted an announcement. This announcement is the rotation schedule for today. So if you go ahead and pull up the rotation schedule, I have it here on the board as well, you'll see exactly what your group is doing at each different point throughout the day. Please take note to the area of the classroom where each of these groups is meeting. It's very helpful to us whenever we make sure that we're meeting in the right spot so we know who's doing what. When you come to me, you need to bring your device, you need to bring your primary source, and a pencil and a highlighter. You should have all the materials that you need for your independent work, your sketch notes project, and your historical fiction reading project. Does anyone have any questions about what we're doing? Our goal is to get to our groups and get settled in 35 seconds. Go. In the independent work rotation, and I want you to go ahead and analyze this. Now, I realize that we haven't worked together much on it, but I want to see what you're able to do on your own. And then whenever we meet, we'll see what you've gotten and what questions you have, and we'll address those. Okay? Please feel free to talk with one another, to ask questions of each other if you need, but each of you does need to fill out the document on your own on the computer. Okay? Yeah, anywhere there's a spot, it's fine with me. Guys need to go through sessions. So, everyone good with the historical fiction here? Yeah. Right. Oh, thank you. You guys are so thoughtful. All right. Yeah. Hey, once you get a master's degree, you can Okay, so yesterday we spent a lot of time really talking about the vocabulary words in this passage. Specifically, we looked at the language that was used because since this is a primary source, the language is often much different than what we use today. Okay, sometimes that can throw you off as a reader. So we talked about using your skills, using the awareness, other things that you have to help you better comprehend a text like this. Okay, today we're going to go through the process together. Okay, so what you need to do is have your primary source ready. You also need to have your document pulled up. I'm going to pull one up with you.
Yeah, but I feel like there's arbors. Here we go. I think that was the better sort for large mantle with beer skin is not much different in fashion from the Irish. So the context
There's
Merriam-Webster.com.
if you look at mantle, a loose piece of clothing with the sleeves that was worn over other clothes.
So a couple of these things are going to be simple for us to fill out because we already know them based on the work that we've done, right? So the author wrote this. What's the timeline? What time frame are we in?
Second paragraph, third paragraph, second line.
1600s, right? This is during colonization. What's happening at this time? People are settling in the area. Absolutely. So what we need to do is to kind of start reading some of this so that we can answer some of the other questions. Okay? And we have to put the document together though so that we have in our minds what we're doing with the information as we're reading. So if you see the process for analyzing a primary document, everybody have that? Okay. Establishing a context and a purpose for the source, that's what we've just kind of done. We've talked about who wrote it. We've talked about what's happening in the world during this time. Okay? We also, when we read, what's the one that read? Blood on the River, thank you. When we read Blood on the River, we saw a lot of this stuff in action. Okay? You'll have a chance to fill this in specifically whenever you work independently. I don't want to waste our time together doing that. I feel like we've discussed it enough that we have a strong understanding of that. Okay? So now we're going to be answering the understanding the source questions. Sophia, would you really read those 4 questions for us,
Their
please?
houses are built like our arbors.
What actions
So, as we're reading, keep these questions in mind. Okay? So for right now, we make those on devices. Now, what I would like to do, I'm going to read the first 3 paragraphs aloud, and you're just going to follow along. Then I'm going to give you a couple minutes to kind of read through it yourself and make any notes that you have. Okay? Notes could be questions, could be underlining, circling words, it could be putting notes in the margin. Okay, so you're going to follow along with me. You ready? Okay. Each household knoweth their own lands and gardens, and most live in their own labors. For their apparel, they are sometimes covered with the skins of wild beasts, which in winter are dressed with the hair. But in summer, without the better source, you need to get a drink. Okay, go. The better sort use large mantles of deer skins, not much differing in fashion from the Irish mantles. Their buildings and habitations are for the most part by the rivers or not far or distant from fresh spring. Their houses are built like arbors of small young springs, saplings, bowed and tied, and so close covered with mats or the barks of trees very handsomely, that notwithstanding either winds, rain, or weather, they are warm as stews, but very smoky. Yet at the top of the house there is a hole made for the smoke to go into right over the fire. Okay, so apply our close reading process to this now. I've just read it for you. I want you to go back through. We've already looked at the vocabulary, so you're thinking about things that you have that you want to jot in the margins, clarifications, or underlining or circling any things that are unclear. Okay, I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to do that now.
I think it says here, maybe more like characteristics.